Cyberpunk 2077 has some of the best mods out there, and there are thousands to choose from. So here are the absolutely essential mods I think everyone should be using that significantly improve the game without losing any immersion, and what I download every single time I start off with a blank vanilla slate. This mod's been around a while, so if you've been playing a while too, you might already know it, but this is just the definition of what I think is an essential mod everyone should use, and that is always first equip, which allows you to see your weapon animations more frequently, or make it so that you see them every single time you take a weapon out. Every time I get rid of my mods and start fresh, this is one of the first mods I go with. It's so simple, yet so dang satisfying being able to see your weapon animations every time you take out your weapon. This video has been brought to you by Opera GX. Have you wondered why when I'm showing anything in my browser, it looks chromed out like it was gifted to me by Night City itself? Well, that's thanks to Opera GX, who basically said it's Cyberpunk in time. If you click on my link down in the description to download Opera GX, you can check out the Cyberpunk 2077 hub whenever you want. And for this hub, you don't even need age verification. Open up your browser, it's right there. And it's already sitting at 1.5 million downloads. My favorite part about this is how the UI and everything just becomes Cyberpunk, as if you were on a computer in the game itself. But you can click on the GX Corner logo up at the top left to get back to the hub, where you can easily check out the video and music section to stay up to date on the game or play some of the Cyberpunk radio or soundtrack in the background. The game booklet is basically the ultimate guide to the game. If you go to Explore Night City, you can check out the interactive map to assist you in playing, or you can go directly to the build planner that I use to plan out my build videos. Like here, I was working on my Netrunner build. There's guides to modding Cyberpunk 2077 and even a cosplay guide. The best part of this to me is, like I said, how immersive it feels, and that's thanks to the mods. Not Cyberpunk mods, but Opera GX mods. You can click over here on mods, click on the store, and search for Cyberpunk if you don't see it on the home screen there, and download the official Cyberpunk 2077 mod that automatically activates everything for you. If you want to toggle things on and off normally, you can go to sounds, for example, and activate the background music. Click on the interface and you can set the wallpaper to the live version and adjust it to a crazy degree. Opera GX is also equipped with an import tool that allows you to quickly import all of your settings from whatever previous browser you were using. For example, your bookmarks, cookies, or browsing history, if you really want that. It's also compatible with every Google Chrome extension. All you have to do is go over here to browser settings, the little gear icon, go on down to synchronization all the way towards the bottom, click on import bookmarks and settings, and then click import. So yeah, click on the link down in the description and the pinned comment to give the ultimate browser made for gamers a try. If you've ever thought, man, I like this map, but I'm kind of tired at looking at it through Spy Kids 3D early 2000s movie theater glasses. I'd kind of like to see what the hell I'm looking at. You might want to try out the realistic map mod that, guess what, makes the map look more realistic. This is the 4K version. It also comes in 8K up to 32K if you want some insane detail depending on your PC. But this is just really nice to look at. It's a lot more easy on my eyes, and it almost feels like this was like a map that could have happened. Like in an alternate world, this would have been the map that we got with this game. I find myself ditching it for a bit whenever Cyberpunk decides to update and trash all of my mods, but I always eventually find my way back. I was actually working on a separate video about this mod, but I just cannot leave it out of this one since we're going over all of the essential mods, and that is New Game Plus, or New Game Plus Native it's called. A feature the developers have refused to implement in the game despite it being possibly the #1 thing players have asked for, including myself. I think I've covered that in like 6 different videos. Some people do not like New Game Plus, and in that case I say, if CD Projekt Red ever throws it in a surprise update, which they've said they are not going to, so it's probably never going to happen, you just don't have to play it. But for a lot of people, it's another reason to play through the game again. Some of the weapons and items you get at end game, or if you beat the game and then played Phantom Liberty, there's a lot of gear that you just get and barely got a chance to use. It'd be nice if you could use it again, or just have an excuse to really put it to use. And that's where the New Game Plus mod comes in. This mod has made me truly believe there is no way the developers cannot do it, because it's made by a single person who said, you know what, I'll do it myself, and it works flawlessly. I'm about 15 or so hours into my New Game Plus playthrough, and it's as if the developers made it themselves. You'll have to start from a save that has made it to endgame, or like at one of the endgame missions, like the dang Hanako, meet Hanako at Embers that you see every time you load up the game. If you have that, you just click New Game Plus, start up the save, and choose to start off either post-heist or from the very beginning. The thing I like about this is that it's as if the developers themselves made it. If your friend handed you his PC with the mod installed and you never played this game, you would never question it. The UI and everything looks like it was just placed in the game by the developers themselves, and I've had zero issues or bugs throughout my playthrough so far. You can change everything with your character in the customization like you normally would, like even the life path still. You get your weapons and outfits and all of the powerful items you had. The only thing is that if you go into your mod settings, you can disable it from clipping your level, because it sort of like automatically just places you, I think, at level 40 or 50, so that you have to max level up again. That just depends on if you want to be able to level up some more or not. It already gives you all of your attributes and perk points back so that you can put them in however you want. The only downside to this mod is that if you uninstall it, you can no longer play that New Game Plus save. So if the developers decide to update the game, you have to wait until the mod creator updates his mod so that you can play on that New Game Plus save, but you still have the original endgame save that you used. If you ever get tired of checking every single person's body for loot like I do, another super simple yet essential mod that I think everyone needs to check out is better loot markers. You do have to open up the Cybertweaks console to adjust the settings on it, but basically you just adjust the size of the icons or enable the original icon to pop up alongside it. This mod just makes it so that you don't have to walk over and see what the heck orange item is that on that guy's body. Is it a weapon, a piece of clothes? You know, if a purple weapon pops up over there, I'm probably not going to go get it. I just want to know if it's like a cyberware capacity shard, because it shows whatever the item is that is the highest tier in that set of loot. If you're making any changes, you can't see the changes live. You have to walk away from the loot and then come back to see like the smaller icon. If you want to easily reshade and change the look of your game to make it look just absolutely beautiful, another very popular mod is LUT Switcher 2. This is just an easy way to make your game look even better. Under the mod, you can find the optional LUTs, and these each have a set of color palettes to choose from. Nova and Edge are probably my favorite ones, but you use the Cybertweaks console to open up a tab that allows you to easily switch and choose whichever one you prefer. I recommend switching between them and actually moving around so that your eyes can actually adjust and see what it really looks like. I think standing still and swapping between the different LUTs doesn't really do it justice. You don't really realize how good it looks until you're like running around or driving. You could really call a large portion of this video like a set of quality of life overhaul mods, like this one. Filter saves by lifeline and type, and guess what it does? You can filter all of your saves. If you're not like me and have like 500 saved games and don't feel like scrolling all the way down for 3 miles to try and find that other saved character that you made like 3 years ago, you might not need the mod, but it's great. You just press the keys at the bottom of the screen there to filter by either the lifeline or the type, as in quick saves, auto saves, manual saves, and all of that. It just makes it a lot less cluttered. I didn't even know I had this Street Kid or Nomad save because they were lost in the dang sea of saved games. My Corpo one has like 300 saves on it, and I completely forgot about those guys. Now, some people might consider this one cheating, but I don't, because I don't find scrolling to be a game feature when it comes to quick hacking, at least when I'm max level and just want to have some fun. But here we have the quick hack hotkeys mod that brings up a set of numbers beside the hack and allows us to simply click that number key in order to easily place the quick hack. This does sort of end up making you feel like a god, as if net running didn't already do that itself, but man, it is so worth it. Taking out maxed hack in really any group of enemies now, or even boss fights, you quickly lay out 6 different quick hacks and then you can start shooting or meleeing them, and it's a piece of cake. It's pretty fun, but I also get why someone wouldn't want to use this. But as someone who's gone Netrunner for like 3 different playthroughs, I could go without scrolling down to every single quick hack every time I play. A bonus mod is the Let There Be Flight mod, which is no longer working. I really just want to say rest in peace to it, and have an excuse to use some of the old gameplay I have from when it did work. The biggest downside to all of the updates Cyberpunk 2077 gets is that it is tough to be a modder. Every time the game updates, all the mods break until the modder updates them, and the creator of Let There Be Flight just said to hell with it and stopped updating it. I do not code, but it's genuinely impressive to me that this guy somehow managed to make cars fly in this game and make it feel actually pretty dang good for the scraps he had to work with. I think modders like this really set the bar high for the developers, because even though this thing got pretty dang buggy at times, it's like, if this guy could make this mod in a cave with a box of scraps, why can't they? This guy made full controls for it, a bunch of settings to adjust it around, and to let you easily transition from driving to flying pretty much seamlessly. Granted, the controls could sometimes be tough, and putting your car into fly mode would sometimes cause the game to crash. I mean, I think I got more crashes playing with this mod than any other time. If you do want another flying vehicle mod, there is the Fly and Air vehicle to let you fly AVs, but I just haven't tried it yet. It's also slightly different since you're flying AVs instead of standard vehicles. But that is pretty much it. Leave a like and subscribe for more Cyberpunk 2077 videos, and thank you to Opera GX for sponsoring this video. Click the link down in the description and the pinned comment to download the best web browser for gamers. See ya.